Alabama beats their biggest rival, Auburn, at Auburn yesterday, 96 to 92. This was an awesome, awesome game. It was back and forth and a really close game, kind of the entire game. Um, this was just great basketball between two solid teams, two tournament teams, in my opinion. I think both will make the tournament. But Alabama getting this done against Auburn, this is huge for Alabama. Going into Auburn, a very hostile environment and a place where, a lot of teams struggle there in Neville Arena. And you go in there and you get it done against your rival in their building. And this happened last year. It's kind of odd. Auburn beat Alabama at Alabama. Then Alabama beat Auburn at Auburn last year. And we'll see if that plays out here this year because Alabama gets the win in the first meeting at Auburn, but they'll play later in the season at Alabama. But again, really, really good game. Some great performances here. I actually think Alabama needed this game more because we've kind of seen, Alabama be up and down here, and I think their expectations were a little bit higher than Auburn's this year, and so Auburn struggles. I think were kind of. I'm not saying that Auburn fans especially wanted this to be this way or see these struggles, but I think you could kind of perceive that they were going to have a drop off compared to their team last year and teams in the past. Um, but with Alabama, the expectations were still pretty high, especially after what they did in the first couple games of the non-conference. Um, and they've just kind of fallen flat here a couple of times. Got absolutely blasted by Florida last week. Lost to Texas in SEC play, lost to Vanderbilt in SEC play, and they just have not been as consistent and good as we thought they would be. But pulling this out, man, after a huge win against Texas A&M, now getting this win against Auburn, seems like maybe this is the turn of the season for them. Maybe this is kind of the wake up call, if you will. But man, Alabama needed this game big time. They got it done, and guys, there were some great performances. Um, LeBaron Philon, he's got to be the player of the year in the SEC. I'm kind of shocked that he's not being talked about more nationally. He's leading the SEC in scoring at over 21 a game. He's also filling it up on the stat sheet as well, like with assists and rebounds. He had 6 and 5, 6 assists, 5 rebounds last night with 25 points. So 25, 6 and 5, really, really good game. And he just hit some insane shots, step back threes, contested threes. He's so good. I think he's the player of the year in the SEC. Amari Allen, I think, is probably Alabama's most versatile player. And what I mean by that is on both ends of the floor, he's so good. I mean, overall, I think he might be the best player for Bama. Philon's not really a great defender, but Amari Allen, he gets it done on the defensive end. He can score. He also rebounds really well. He had 6 rebounds last night. Aiden Holloway came up clutch, the former Auburn player, comes up clutch and hit some really big baskets towards the end of the game. Didn't play great, still had 15 points. But I'll tell you, man, Charles Bediako, for all the fuss about him playing and his eligibility, man, he was hounded last night by the Auburn faithful, going at him, calling him a G League dropout, which he is, and I absolutely would do that if I was, if I wasn't a fan of Alabama. I'd definitely be roasting Bediako, but he played so well. I think he was really the difference. He went, I think, 5 for 5 from the field, had 12 points, 3 boards, but he helped on the defensive end, and I just think he was a big, big key. For Auburn, hey man, you got to be thankful for Pettiford playing really well. Maybe this is a sign of things to come. He had 25 and 7 assists, so he had a really good game. Keyshawn Hall is an absolute dog too. He had 24. He could be up there for SEC Player of the Year as well. Kevin Overton played well. So they had some good performances. It was just really good basketball. And in the end, Alabama just made the bigger plays in the end, hitting the bigger shots when it counted. Also, they were better. Alabama was better from the free throw line, 87% for Bama, 77 for Auburn. 3-point percentage, Bama was 52.2. Not a ton of three shot by Alabama in this game, but still 52% clip. That's really, really good. 32% for Auburn, so there's a huge discrepancy there. And then overall field goal percentage, 54 for Bama, 46 for Auburn. Man, this was again a really good game. In the first half, I was texting my brothers. I'm like, Bama's not winning this game. I mean, they were just down by 6 to 10 points the entire first half, but they just kept fighting, kept cutting the lead, and they made the necessary plays and adjustments they needed to make to win this game in a very hostile environment. So hats off to Alabama. Maybe again this is kind of the season's turning around for them, and maybe they're getting more healthy and consistent. That's been an issue for Alabama. They lost Latrell Wrightsell again yesterday with an injury. Who knows how long he'll be out? I have not seen an update on that. There might be one now, but man, they're going to need the team to be healthy to make a run here. And we also have to keep an eye on Charles Bediako's eligibility. As far as Auburn is concerned, this is a good team. This is one of those teams that if they're hot, they can literally beat anybody in the country. They absolutely handled Florida at Florida just a week and a half ago, right? And so they showed you what they're capable of. I think this is a tournament team. I think they're going to slip in at like an 8 or 9 seed, and I would not want to play them if I'm a 1 seed. Because again, you've seen what they can do. They got a good win against St. John's as well, a couple of other good wins. So watch out for Auburn now. And I'm shocked Alabama pulled this game off. I really am. But it was a really, really good game, and I'm looking forward to the next time these two suit up and play each other in Tuscaloosa here in a few weeks.